Hi, passionate Rangers FC fans. Welcome to Rangers Update, your dedicated source for all things Rangers. Before we dive in, we want to express our gratitude for your unwavering support. If you bleed blue, don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, and let's strengthen our community. Now, let's get into the latest updates. A hearty welcome to our new followers. Your backing means the world to us. Let's get to the news. All right, lads. So here's the thing that's got Scottish football buzzing like a Friday night in Glasgow. Lyndon Dykes has apparently torn up his deal with Birmingham City and signed on the dotted line with Rangers. You heard that right. The big man, the Aussie-born Scottish international who's been battling through the championship grind, might just be packing his boots and heading up to Ibrox. Now, word around the terraces is that this wasn't some quiet wee move. Nah, this has been brewing for weeks, maybe even months, and it all kicked off when Dykes supposedly fell out with the Birmingham management over his playing time. The striker's been in and out of the starting 11, not really finding that rhythm he had back in his QPR days, and when you've got a player like Dykes, all muscle, heart, and that fearless attitude in the box, sitting on the bench, you just know he's not going to take it lying down. The rumour mill started churning fast, and before anyone knew it, there were whispers that Rangers had reached out, offering him a lifeline, a chance to play for one of the biggest clubs in the country and to get his career firing again. Now, what's fascinating about this move, if it turns out to be true, is how perfectly it fits into what Rangers are trying to build right now. They've been screaming out for a proper number 9, someone with that mix of physical presence and old-school graft, and Dykes ticks all those boxes. He's not your silky flick and trick type striker. Nah, he's a warrior, the kind of forward who'll throw himself at crosses, rattle defenders, and chase every lost cause like it's the last ball on earth. And let's not forget his international pedigree. He's led the line for Scotland in big games, he's handled the pressure, and he knows what it means to fight for every inch. People close to Ibrox are saying that the gaffer's been on the lookout for exactly this kind of player, especially with the injuries and inconsistency up front. So if Dykes is really in blue next season, you can bet he'll bring that fire, that relentless drive that's been missing in certain matches where Rangers just couldn't break teams down. But of course, it wouldn't be Rangers without a bit of drama, would it? Apparently, Birmingham weren't too happy about the whole situation. Some reports claim that Dykes didn't exactly walk away quietly. There's talk of clauses, disputes over release terms, and even a bit of tension behind closed doors. The fans down south are split, some saying good riddance, others gutted to see him go. But from Dykes' perspective, you can totally see why this makes sense. He's at that age where he needs to be playing every week, not sitting around waiting for chances. And let's face it, there's just something about pulling on that Rangers shirt that means more. It's history, it's expectation, it's pressure, all rolled into one. If the deal's been signed, sealed, and delivered, then Dykes is about to step into one of the most demanding environments in football, the kind of place where you're either a hero by Saturday night or a headline by Sunday morning. Rangers supporters are buzzing at the mere thought of it. Social media has been lit up since the first whispers came out, with fans already picturing Dykes leading the line at Ibrox, arms wide, crowd roaring, blue smoke rising, and it's easy to understand the hype. The man's a workhorse, a fighter, and that kind of energy translates perfectly to Scottish football. There's already chatter about how he could link up with Tavernier's deliveries from the right and the creative sparks in midfield. You give Dykes service and he'll give you goals, maybe not 30 a season, but enough to make a difference in tight games. The big question now is whether he can handle the expectations. Playing for Rangers isn't just another gig, it's a way of life. Every touch, every miss, every run is scrutinized. But if there's anyone with the mental steel to take that on, it's Lyndon Dykes. Meanwhile, the pundits are divided as always. Some reckon this is a masterstroke, saying Dykes will thrive under the spotlight and give Rangers that missing edge up top. Others think it's a gamble, that he's not quite at the level to dominate the Premiership like he did in patches in England's lower tiers. But here's the thing, Rangers don't sign players like this without seeing something. They must believe he can add a new dimension to the attack. And truthfully, every great Rangers side has had a striker who plays with a bit of madness, a bit of bite. Think of the cult heroes, the ones who weren't always pretty but gave everything. Dykes fits that mold to perfection. So whether he's starting or coming off the bench, you just know he'll make his presence felt. And for fans craving some proper fight and commitment, that's music to the ears. And here's where it gets even juicier. There are rumors that part of what lured Dykes to Ibrox wasn't just the footballing project, but also the promise of becoming a leader in the dressing room. Apparently, the Rangers hierarchy see him as more than just a striker. They see him as a personality, someone who can lift the squad and bring that hard-nosed mentality that's sometimes lacking. It's a big shout, but if it's true, it could be a master move both on and off the pitch. Rangers have been rebuilding not just a team, but a culture, and Dykes could play a huge part in that. His story, from working-class roots to the international stage, fits perfectly with the club's DNA. So maybe, just maybe, this is more than a transfer. Maybe it's a turning point, the start of something fresh for Rangers and for Dykes himself. Now, let's dig into the second part of this story, the reaction and the ripple effects that are already starting to spread across Scottish football. First off, Celtic fans, you can imagine, are having a wee chuckle about it, calling it typical Rangers business and questioning whether Dykes is really the man to close the gap. But that's just the rivalry talking. Deep down, even they know Dykes brings something unique, and that raw, physical chaos that can turn games on their head. And let's not forget, Rangers have been crying out for a striker who can hold his own in old, firm battles, someone who won't shy away from a crunching tackle, who will rattle a few bones if he has to. Dykes lives for that kind of scrap. You could almost see it now. Him squaring up to a defender, crowd on edge, that electric tension we've missed in recent derbies. Love him or hate him, Dykes makes games unpredictable, and that's exactly what the Scottish Premiership thrives on. What's really interesting, though, is what this move says about Rangers' direction under their current management. They've clearly decided to go back to basics, less about overcomplicated systems, more about grit, hunger, and players who bleed for the badge. Dykes might not be the flashiest name on the market, but he's the type that galvanizes a dressing room. He plays with a chip on his shoulder, always with something to prove, and that kind of mindset can infect a whole team. Insiders have been whispering that the coaching staff wanted a player who could lead the line with attitude, and that's Dykes in a nutshell. It's a move that could reawaken that relentless pressing style that's defined the best Rangers sides in recent memory. And if he starts banging in goals early, the whole mood around Ibrox could shift in an instant. Meanwhile, over in Birmingham, there's been no shortage of finger-pointing. The board's reportedly frustrated, the manager's trying to play it cool, and the fans are scratching their heads wondering how they let such a fighter slip through their fingers. Some local journalists are saying it was inevitable, that Dykes had outgrown the project, that he wanted something bigger. Others claim it was a personality clash. that he wasn't willing to adapt to the tactical reshuffle that left him isolated up front. Either way, the timing is brutal for them. Is a brutal for losing a player like Dykes mid-season is a gut punch, especially when you're in the thick of a promotion battle. But that's football, isn't it? One club's loss is another's opportunity. And in this case, Rangers might have just pulled off a bit of daylight robbery. It's the sort of move that gets fans dreaming again, and that's priceless. The Scottish media, as you'd expect, are going wild with this. Every radio show, every podcast, every tabloid headline is dripping with speculation. How much was the deal worth? What wages is he on? Did Birmingham demand compensation, and what number will he wear? It's the full circus. And Dykes hasn't even been unveiled yet. But that's the magic of football up here. It's never just about the player. It's about the story, the drama, the emotions. If Rangers play this right, the announcement video alone will break the internet. Picture it. Dykes walking through the Ibrox tunnel, bagpipes wailing in the background. Follow, follow, blaring. You can almost feel the goosebumps already. And when that first home match comes around, when he steps onto the pitch wearing royal blue, it'll be one of those moments where you just know something big's about to begin. From a tactical point of view, it'll be fascinating to see how Dykes fits into the system. Does he play as the lone striker, holding up play and letting the midfielders run beyond him, or do they pair him with someone more technical, a poacher to feed off his knockdowns? Either way, the possibilities are exciting. Rangers have been criticised at times for being too predictable in attack, and Dykes could be the disruptor they need. His aerial dominance, his ability to bully defenders, and his knack for scoring ugly goals, those qualities win titles. The fans might not see 30-yard screamers every week, but they'll see graft, determination, and goals that matter. And in the end, that's what wins hearts at Ibrox. It's not about fancy stats. It's about moments that make the stand shake. And finally, you can't help but feel this move could reignite Dykes' career in a way nothing else could. Playing for Rangers isn't just a transfer, it's a transformation. The pressure, the passion, the sheer intensity of the fans, it forges players. Some crumble, others rise. Dykes has always had that underdog energy that proved them wrong streak, and now he's got the perfect platform to do it. If he starts firing, if he becomes that cult hero who scores in big games and fights for every ball, he'll write his name into Rangers folklore. And if that happens, no one will remember the messy exit from Birmingham or the rumours that surrounded it. All they'll see is a lad who came north, put on the blue, and gave everything he had. And that, my friends, is the stuff Scottish football legends are made of. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. There's also the emotional side of all this, because for Lyndon Dykes, this isn't just about football, it's about coming home in a sense. He might have been raised under the Australian sun, but his heart's always had a bit of tartan beating through it. Every time he sung Flower of Scotland, you could see what it meant to him, that grit, that pride, that edge. And now stepping into Ibrox, he's not just joining a club, he's stepping into a legacy. You talk to any Rangers fan and they'll tell you, wearing that shirt isn't just about playing football, it's about representing generations of passion. Dykes will feel that the moment he walks through those marble halls, the weight of history pressing down, the ghosts of legends past whispering from the stands, but knowing the man's mentality, that won't scare him. It'll fuel him. This is the kind of stage he's craved his whole life, the kind of platform where hard work meets destiny. And you can bet that once he gets going, the whole league will start to take notice. Imagine those away days, cold nights in Dingwall or Perth, where Dykes turns up, sleeves rolled, ready to battle in the mud. That's his environment. That's where he thrives. And the fans will love it. You can already picture him being the kind of player who claps the support even when things go wrong, who fights till the final whistle, who becomes that cult hero, the guy kids imitate in the playground. That's the beauty of signings like this. They're not about global marketing or sponsorships. They're about connecting with the heart of the fan base. Football's gone flashy in so many ways, but every once in a while, a transfer comes along that feels real, raw, emotional, genuine. And if Dykes lives up to the hype, this could be one of those stories that reminds us why we love the game in the first place. Still, the question hanging in the air is, can he deliver when it truly matters? Because that's the difference between being a good signing and becoming a legend at Rangers. Goals in cup ties, winners in old firm matches, moments that shift titles. That's where reputations are made. The pressure will be immense, no doubt. Sure. But pressure is what shapes great players. If Dykes embraces it, channels it, and keeps his head clear, he could be the missing piece Rangers have been looking for. He's got the hunger, he's got the fight, and now he's got the platform. It's all lined up for him. And maybe, just maybe, years from now, fans will look back at this very moment, the day Lyndon Dykes left Birmingham behind and signed for Rangers, as the turning point of a new era. Because sometimes all it takes is one bold move, one player with heart, to light a spark that changes everything. Because in the end, football is about those moments of hope that make you feel like anything's possible. Maybe, just maybe one day soon, Callum Wilson will walk out in that blue shirt, look up to the stands, and know he's exactly where he's meant to be. Until then, Glasgow waits, breath held, hearts pounding, dreaming of goals that haven't yet been scored. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.